From NAB in Las Vegas, WritersRoom Pro brings the craft of screenwriting into the 21st century. This is MacVoices. This edition of MacVoices is supported by Kolide. Kolide sends employees important, timely, and relevant security recommendations for their Linux, Mac, and Windows devices, right inside Slack. Meet compliance objectives in a remote-first world without resorting to rigid device management. Try Kolide for 14 days free. Visit kolide.com/MacVoices to sign up today. That's KOLIDE.com/MacVoices. Enter your email when prompted to receive your free Kolide gift bundle after trial activation. Kolide.com/MacVoices. MacVoices is in Las Vegas for NAB. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we're in the WritersRoom Pro booth talking to Elliott about WritersRoom Pro. And I have to tell you, their branding is kind of what caught my attention. Elliott, good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Thanks for joining us.
So tell me about WritersRoom Pro.
WritersRoom Pro is a pre-development software for screenwriters primarily in the film and television industry. We're security protocol approved by all the major studios, and we have blanket deals with a lot of them for all their shows. So a lot of your favorite TV and films are using our software to work on their scripts before they even go to script. So when they have the inkling of an idea, a character might need a journey where they climb a mountain to find themselves, they'll create a card in WritersRoom Pro, and from that they can invite other collaborators onto the project, start creating cards, start creating boards, and create their storyline so that they can commit that to script.
Okay, I admit, right off the bat, I would never have thought about the security aspect, and it's obvious that you need a lot of security. Yeah. But, you know, because writers' rooms typically have corkboards and push pins and index cards. Probably not the most secure thing in the world.
Exactly. You know, I always tell people it's very simple. Typewriters went away when we had computers. Analog film went away when we got digital film. So why are we still using note cards and corkboards when we're risking all of our story? A janitor walks in and takes a card off, that story's gone forever. The building, the sprinklers go off, you lose all your work. COVID happens, everybody goes remote. How do you work remotely? They can all log into WritersRoom Pro and have the same kind of tactile feel of experience of a writer's room, but doing it virtually. It was developed by a showrunner for showrunners, and unlike other project management apps that are really kind of developed for the tech industry where you're creating note cards and putting them on a board to track certain things, they're not hands-on with Hollywood the way that we are. You know, we work directly with the studios. I work directly with showrunners and writers' assistants and writers to get in there and say, this is how this product can help you guys make your show more efficient. And then at the end of the whole process, the best part for them is that rather than taking down all those note cards and boards and typing it into a document that they can then hand to the studio and say, here's our pitch for the season, or they can type out an episode and say, here's the pitch for the episode, write the episode. This all at the click of a button turns into a full document that they can print out and give to anyone they need to.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So what kind of learning curve is there for something like this? I mean, it seems like it would be pretty obvious, but...
I tell people in my tutorials, they're 30 to 45 minutes. You'll know everything you need to know in the first 20 minutes, and the rest is just listening to me tell jokes.
So that's great. I have to admit, when I first looked over at it, I thought, oh, it's a project management kind of thing. And in a sense it is, but it's a very specific kind of project.
Yeah, so we found our niche. You know, Final Draft and other softwares like that found the niche in screenwriting and creating products that cater directly to putting a script out. And our showrunner, Jeff, and founder, he basically was in between shows and said, what's the app I would use to develop my next show? What's something I would like? And he started working on WritersRoom Pro with a developer, and then COVID happened and we became the remote solution for a lot of these studios. And now that people are going back into person, we're telling them about TVs and using the WritersRoom Pro on a board or a smart board. There's so many different solutions to digitizing your room. And at the end of the day, if your writers want to go home and continue working, they can now do that. They don't have to take pictures of the board and then pull out their phone or have Polaroids that they give to the studio that says, this is what the board looked like on this day. Now we have it all tracked and archived.
So, thank you, because tracked and archived. Archived makes sense. Do you do a versioning kind of thing so that if I decide, you know, we went down this path and we really don't want to, we want to step back?
So the great thing about the cloud, and I mean, people have been saying this for 10 and 15 years since the cloud came out, is that it's lossless, right? Every time I move a card, every time I put a keystroke in, anything I do in this software saves as a new version that is saved to the archive. So if in 3 weeks I've accidentally deleted a card that I had, and I want to go back 3 weeks and find that card, I can recall the time and date that card existed. I can pull up that version of the project, and I can copy and paste cards from the older version of the project back into the new version. Alternatively, if we are 3 weeks down the line and we go, oh, I don't like how this season is going, we need to revert back to where we were 2 episodes ago and start fresh. I can reload the project from that point and create a splintered off project, an alternative version, so that you can start working on multiple different versions of the same project. Same thing with episodes, same things with characters. Everything can be duplicated and alternated so that you can have all these different variations, because writers are always working on new ideas.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so what kind of pricing are we talking about?
Well, that's the cool part about WritersRoom Pro. We have different levels of pricing, and we really like to work with people on that. So we have a consumer version that you can go online, WritersRoomPro.com, and you can pay for a subscription for a single or 2 users. And that will allow you to work on a project in the pre-development stages before you start pitching. That's when you're creating episode 1 and the rest of your season outline. Then once a show gets picked up to series by the studios, we have contracts with all the studios and deals for their security, and they can approve WritersRoom Pro on the show, and then they pay on a by-episode basis for the professional studio version. And last but not least, for our educational and independent filmmakers, we work with them directly to work with them on a price plan that works best for them. So they will call our president and founder and talk to him directly, tell him what their project is, why they need access to WritersRoom Pro, and we're going to try to do our best to give it to them for the best price.
Very nice, very nice. The website where folks can go is
WritersRoomPro.com. That's our main website, our marketing website, where you can learn more about the software and what we do. You can also sign up for a free 2-week trial there. All you have to do is put in your email, a credit card, but you can cancel at any time, no commitment, no contract, and it allows you access to start working on your project.
That's perfect. I think you've done this before.
I do online content creation, and you give me a microphone, I'm ready to go.
Perfect. Hey, thank you so much for the time. Great to meet you.
Appreciate it.
Great to meet you. Folks, I'm Chuck Joyner. This is Mac Voices. More from NAB in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with Mac Voices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.